Welcome back to the afternoon session of the Law and Crime Network. I am Linda Kenney Baden, and we have a lot on our plate. And then, of course, we go to the last case we have. Not the last case, because there's going to be a lot more, but the case that will be starting this week, again, in jury selection. That is Keianthony Garrett. He is accused, there he is again, he's in Tennessee. He is accused of causing the death of his neighbor, right? Keianthony Garrett, he's 21, and there's his neighbor on the screen. And supposedly he hit her, he stabbed her, he took an iron that broke into pieces, right? And killed her in a brutal, 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 brutal crime. Her family has been trying to get them, the prosecution, they want to have justice, and the prosecution is going to attempt to give justice after they pick the jury selection. And that's the case I'd like to start out our discussion with today with my guests, Janine Atamian. Janine, we have been on a number of times before. This case, brutal homicide, correct?
It's absolutely awful.
Tell us about what happened, as the prosecution alleges.
The body is found. She's has a lot of blunt force trauma, so she's got a beating. She's got stab wounds, even stab wounds to her face. The entire apartment is trashed. There's ceramics, dishes, all broken. And then the coffee table is actually on top of her body. Well,
you know, we Googled Keianthony Garrett, right? We Googled him. His middle name is Mignon, like filet, right? And he has a Facebook page. Or at least he had a Facebook page in 2016 when it is alleged that he killed his neighbor who lived in a different unit where he was living in the B unit, she was living in the A unit, or vice versa. And it turns out that the body was not found until May, or he was not arrested until May 16, 2016, right? May 19th.
That's correct.
But the body was found in March, all right? Sometime after the body was found, all right, the neighbor was found, the woman was found, the decedent, the victim, everything, all the above, all right? He posted on his Facebook page, right, a very interesting graphic as a repost of an orange jumpsuit, okay? And look what he says. I will rock that orange jumpsuit. So before you get on my bad side, you need to know. Well, in my opinion, if the DNA, which is found on the cups, on the iron, on the shards in her apartment, is his, which it looks like to be, that's what the prosecution says, he may be rocking that jumpsuit for a long time, right?
Absolutely.
So tell me about why the prosecution, if you can tell, honed in on him.
Well, I think because he actually didn't technically live there, but he was staying with his, the mother of his child.
Right, who he calls his bae on his Facebook page.
Yes,
right.
That is correct. Additionally, he gave some contrasting information saying he'd never been in that apartment, he'd never been there, he didn't know her, and they were starting to figure out that that wasn't true. Like I said, they had DNA in there, so then he said, well, I've been there before. So there were some inconsistencies.
So what you're saying to me is the good old-fashioned police interview of getting, hey, talk to me, waive your Miranda rights, or maybe you're not even a suspect yet, but we want to talk to you because you could be a person of interest because you live in the same duplex as the victim here. And then he makes a statement that first says that he never was in her victim's house, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And then the DNA comes back. And guess what? It belonged to who?
It belonged to him. It was on the murder weapon, which we believe is to be the iron. It's on her plates. It's all over the apartment.
It's all over the apartment. And then he says, well, maybe I was there once. And then the police said, oh, yeah, we're going to arrest you and you are going to trial for murder. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more on the other side. Stay with us.